welcome to today's video and welcome to my page. I am the Dollar Bin Diver. I use this page to show off one of my more recent obsessions, which is comic collecting, comic reading. I also am showing off in this video my Bourbon and Comics series, where I will mention a bourbon that I will be sampling and enjoying while enjoying these comics at the end. But as my name suggests, I am the Dollar Bin Diver, so I enjoy hunting from comics in dollar bins, 50-cent bins, and discount bins. So today I will be showing off a haul of comics that I found at a local vendor's mall. And a vendor's mall is kind of a indoor flea market, if you may. But to start off here, I have Captain America, The Superior Stratagem. This is a kind of a later 300s Captain America, but I thought this was a great find. I believe almost all the books today were dollar books, if not less. So issue 387 for $1, I feel like I couldn't pass it up. Here we have Captain America 697 from the Mark Waid run. I actually have not got to read these much, but the artwork for this run of comics I enjoy it. Also, here is issue 702, Captain America Needs You, and then 704, the Red Skull there. I don't know why, I just enjoy the artwork there, and I've heard some good things about the story, so I'll be enjoying those here soon. Moving on though, the Uncanny Avengers from the 2016 run, and there we go. Issue number 5. This is Dugan's run on the Uncanny Avengers. Gambit makes his move. So moving on here. There we go. The New Avengers, Dark Reign. This is by Bendis. He actually did the first 2 runs of the New Avengers, which I am collecting both runs currently. Almost 100 issues in total. But moving on. Avengers issue 30 from the Hickman run. This is the original Sin event. Also was able to find issue 31 and issue 33. So those were nice finds, especially in the dollar bins. That run, I actually don't know how many issues there are right off, but I am excited to have that run completed for a good story. I believe it actually completes and finishes with the Secret Wars event. So, alright, but moving on. Guardians of the Galaxy from the 1990s run. This is issue 11, World of Mutants. I actually don't know much about this character right here. I have several in this run. I believe I'm actually getting a good consecutive run of comics, so hoping for a fun story there. Guardians of the Galaxy, issue number 16 from that same run. And One Shall Surely Die, giant size blockbuster. Some of these characters may look familiar from the movies. Some definitely not. This was the original Guardians of the Galaxy team up. So I was also able to find kind of a bit more beat up but Fantastic Four issue 356, War with the New Warriors. The New Warriors was another 90s team up comic group that I am nostalgically trying to collect. I believe there were 75 issues, and I have a good chunk of that run. But I was also able to find, as you see here, Days of Future Present, part 1 of 4, the Fantastic Four annual. So again, I love these annuals with these large stories and crossovers. 64 page uh, almost square bound book. Uh, what's a good dollar bin day without an Iron Man, right? Issue 253, Carnival of Death. I just really enjoyed the artwork and the art style in this run of comics. Speaking of another series of Iron Man that I'm really enjoying, this is the Invincible Iron Man, and this is the Matt Fraction run where it is still numerically 1 through 33, and that was issue 17. Avengers West Coast, issue 58, The Day the Earth Moved. I'm not working on this run as aggressively as these others that I've mentioned, but the Avengers West Coast is always a fun comic to read. Classic X-Men. A while back found issue 1 through 23, I want to say, in a bin. That was before I started making these videos. But as you see, there's issue 25. And then after issue 50, it becomes X-Men Classic, as you see here with issue 89, Public Enemy. It's a fun run that I've been working on. Some good stories in there. I believe some are retellings. But moving on, the Uncanny X-Men annual, and this is the Shattershot event. This is part 2. I believe there are 4 in that run, in that event. But moving on here to the New Warriors. As I mentioned earlier, I have been aggressively collecting these. Here's issue 43 and 46, which filled in a few gaps that I had. Vance Astro returns, and then that's Child's Play 4-4 on the other one. United They Fall. So moving on though, the Mighty Thor, Lord of Asgard. Now the later run of Thor in the 400s and 500s, I'm not collecting as aggressively, but I have found several in this little almost series that have had a fun art style and been easy to find. But here was one of the cooler finds for me for the day, Master of Kung Fu. There we go, we can see issue 93, Cult of Death. As you can tell, it's pretty beat up, low grade, but for $1 or less, I had to grab it just to add to my collection. I'm sure a wild little story too will entail. So, moving on, I was actually able to find a couple of the Ultimate Spider-Man. As you can see, there's issue 30 and 31. This was, of course, by Bendis. Issue 32. I'm excited to have some consecutive issues there, perhaps a consecutive story as well. That's what makes the dollar bin diving fun sometimes, is getting to read a nice completed story on a budget. So, but moving on here, let's get these out of the way to show off probably my favorite book from this haul, and that is What If? And this includes a Dazzler story as well as an Iron Man story. Iron Man has trapped in the time of King Arthur. It should be interesting. And what if Dazzler had become the Herald of Galactus? This is an older run of What If, and I do believe I did pay a little over $1 for it, but it was still a nice find for that price. So let me put these back up here, and see, there's my stack I got. About roughly $20, I guess, is what I paid, or less. So that was a nice haul there. And Now I'm going to choose the Bullet Bourbon to go with this. This was a more recent repurchase of mine. This was just a really smooth bourbon I got to sample last year, and at a liquor place near the Vendors Mall, they happen to have this at a fair price, and I'm excited. As you can tell, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey and the Kentucky Limestone Filtered Water. That's the secret, right? Alright, well, thank you for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for when I release new videos. Thank you.